the face of somebody that's excited. I'm excited because I've been sick all week. I probably still sound like I'm congested. The sun's shining. It's finally time to record this video. I've been wanting to record it. What I want to do is a follow-up video on this IRP shifter. In a previous video, I installed it, went through the installation process, etc. I've had it now for about 2 months. So yeah, I'm going to head out to the country, drive around for a little bit, talk about the pros and cons. Then when I'm done, we're going to go back to the shop, and I actually have an install for this. I got a nice shift boot that came in the mail finally. We'll talk about that. We'll get it installed and see if it'll help cut down on some of the noise, which we'll talk about in a second. And then lastly, if you hang out until the end of the video, I've got surprises for you. Fun stuff coming. 2023 is going to be awesome. Okay, intro. Hi. Alright, let's go for a drive. One of my favorite country roads. Right away you can probably hear one of the downsides of this shifter. That is the noise. And as I'm driving, be able to hear that rattle. These things are known for their rattle. There's a couple of models that are fixed. The rattle is fixed on, and so you can buy like a kit to kind of fix the rattle. I don't believe that's the case for the NB shifters. This car is not a quiet car. It is a Miata Roadster, late 90s or early 2000s Miata Roadster. Not a lot of sound deadening most of the time. You're going to be driving with the top down anyway. The wind noise alone pretty much covers up the shifter when the top's down. However, when you have the top up like I do now, because it's cold outside, it's really noisy, and it's also still open, right? I haven't installed the shifter yet, and the sound deadening back in there. So we'll see if it quiets it up. However, a lot of the noise you can hear when you're in the car comes from the actual shaft of this shifter, not down at the base. So I don't know that it's going to quiet it all that much, actually. We'll find out. This is definitely a shifter for someone who does autocross, track days, maybe builds it into a race car, things like that. And in that case, you don't care. The noise is not a big deal. Most of the time, your exhaust is going to be louder than... exhaust is going to be louder than the shifter itself. Mine's not. I on purpose installed a fairly quiet, relatively quiet exhaust from Flying Miata. I can hear the car, but it's not obnoxious like it was before. And also, when I installed this roll bar back here, I had to remove the top and the carpet and all that stuff, and I just never put the carpet back because you can see the bare metal back there. Because I was trying to get ready for a track day and I was trying to get it all done. Now that I've stopped driving, you can hear just how quiet it is compared to when you're driving or not. There's a truck and trailer. I'm not going to get too crazy out here because even though it is out in the middle of the country, it's a pretty busy road still. It has some really good corners though. Also on summer tires, don't be that guy that puts it in the ditch because it's cold on summer tires. But because this road has some good corners and stuff on it, I can actually shift through the gears, not just be on the highway. And that brings me to one of the positive things about this shifter is, oh my God, the crisp and positive engagement of of each shift is incredible. It's worth every penny. This is about a $500 shifter, which sounds ridiculous, but it's really well engineered other than the rattle. And for the application of a track day or a race car even, it is fantastic. Again, the short throw and how positive of an engagement it is when you go from gear to gear, it's way better than I thought it would be. Way better. Blind the corner here. I wondered about the height of the shifter. And it's not something most people are going to worry about, because when you buy it, you can clearly see on the website that it is a taller shifter for a reason. And the reason why is because the distance between my hand and on the steering wheel to the shifter is almost the same height. And so grabbing a gear quickly is a lot faster, actually, meaningfully so, actually, than the OEM shifter, which is way down here. I didn't think that would be that big of a difference, but it really, really is a big difference. And it feels, the level of quickness has improved enough that it's completely noticeable. You can hear the rattle. The only other downside I can see is, because the entire thing is metal, and this happens with all shift knobs that are just all metal, is that it, along with the temperature, like if it's cold outside, this thing's going to be cold. If it's hot, it's going to be hot. Today, like I said, 30-some degrees outside. It was cold. Now it's fine. Once the transmission and stuff warms up, the heat goes through the shifter and it's totally normal temperature, but once it's black, so it's absorbing the sun. So right now the temperature is fine. But when you first get in the car, when it's cold, it's going to be cold. If it's a 100-degree weather day, it's going to be hot. Like that, now you can really hear that thing rattle like crazy. Off-road in the Miata. Let me know what you think in the comments about the noise. I'm really curious. I think the microphone will pick it up well, so I'm curious what you think too. Alright, shift boot time. When I got the IRP shifter, I knew that I didn't want to use the OEM shift boot, which looks like this, because of this here. This is a pretty small hole to fit around the actual shift knob and the shaft of the shifter. So I didn't know what I wanted to do, other than I knew I wanted to get some kind of aftermarket shift boot. I shopped around for a little bit. Most of them are stamped out of something and then sewn together, probably with a machine or maybe a human, I don't know. But the downside is that all of them are compatible with the OEM shifter and the fairly small diameter shaft of the shifter. It's hard to talk about all this stuff without the obvious innuendos. Sorry. That said, I shopped around and tried to find what I thought would be a small company, maybe one or two people running it that were actually like sewing, custom making the shift boots, with the idea being that I could reach out to them and say, hey, I have this different style shifter with a larger diameter shaft, and so we could do something kind of custom to make it work like I wanted to. I knew I wanted Alcantara, mostly because While the steering wheel is not Alcantara, the seats, because they're black cloth with white stitching, pretty much, they're not Alcantara either, but I thought Alcantara would look really nice for a shift boot. And so I reached out to a company, and I don't have it on, I don't remember the name off the top of my head. I'll put it on the screen, and I will definitely link to them in the description because they're awesome. And the dude that I reached out to, again, forgot his name, sorry, I'll look it up, responded right away, actually. I said, absolutely, just send me a picture of what you're trying to do and the dimensions, and we'll figure something out. So he did exactly that, or I did that, and he responded with two options. One, we can either do a snap on the backside or elastic. So what I actually opted for is, so this is the shift boot, Alcantara, nice white stitching, and check this out. An elastic strap inside there to make it elasticy, so that would fit around the top of the shift knob and everything, and should actually sit properly, hopefully, for the IRP shifter. I will put the guy's name on there too. He was awesome to work with, and actually when I got the boot in the mail, there was inside there with the shipping slip was a little handwritten note from him, and I threw it away, but he said, hey, sorry for the delay. Thanks so much for ordering, yada yada. Super nice guy. Definitely go check that company out. Top Stitch something. I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, awesome company. So what we'll do is, or what I will do, not we, I'm here by myself. Reposition. Here's the OEM shift boot, and it attaches on the underneath side of the shift console, or the center console, with 4 screws. That's these screws here, and attaches just like these little plastic tabs all the way around. I have a second one actually to make it a little easier, so I can just copy off of this one. And you can see there's little holes where the tabs go, and we just gotta figure out. One second. Narrow toward the back, so that goes toward the back of the car. So this, like this. And quite simply, it goes on, and we'll put the elastic guy toward the back. Just like that, we'll stick this on there. All the way around. Simple as that. All right, and then like I said, it gets mounted on the underneath side of the console with these screws holding it in. So that's the very next step, actually. All right. I showed this process before, but pretty simple. There's 4 Phillips head screws that hold the center console in. That's it. Sorry, the 2 screws there, 2 screws there, and then you can literally just pull this up like so. Pretty simple. Just gotta be careful not to scratch stuff up here. This can kind of get tough to pull out when you go to pull that through. Okay. Shift boot, small side toward the back, like so. I just want to make sure that all the little tabs are in the right spots. I'm going to move the camera and show what I'm doing here. Let me get this one started. I haven't set up high. Okay. Here's what we're doing. Screw, 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 screw. There's a little post. See the post right there? So I'm just screwing that in like that. And once that's in there, then it pokes up through and we'll look good. Tiny car problems. This is the original foam insulation. Maybe it's not foam, carpet insulation. That is also sound deadening. It goes around the original shifter. I don't know. It should fit around there. I'm gonna kind of just stretch it around there and make it work because it's old and crusty anyway, so do something like that. I don't feel like that will mess with any of the mechanicals. We'll see. I think it's around it far enough and it's just soft enough that it's not gonna mess anything up. All right, cool. Now the last fun bit, let's put the thing back on. Center console. See what it looks like. Try not to scratch the things. Oh baby, look at that shit. Yeah, I don't mind that it works back up its way a little bit because the shaft is so long.
That's what she said.
Having this kind of work its way back up is totally okay, I think. And just helps make it look a little more normal. I like that. Easy, simple to install. Very nice. It's very nice. So Alcantara, when you install it in like a steering wheel or even other touch points, it can wear poorly because of the grease, the grease in your hands and whatever. However, I'm not going to be touching that. Like that's just there for looks, and so I think it'll even hold up. It'll stay looking nice for a long time. I think it looks good against the kind of dirty, but the Sparco white stitching. We got a winner. All right, put the screws back in, and then what I want to do actually to finish this video out is take it for another quick drive because as I talked about, one of the downsides of this shifter is the noise, and I'm very curious now what this does for the noise. I'm actually hoping that between the shift boot and putting the sound deadening material back in that it will help considerably, but we will find out together. One of the downsides I mentioned was the heat transfer or the cold transfer through the metal. Car tip for fixing that with those with metal shift knobs. Can koozie. Put that on there when it's hot outside. It really only helps when it's hot outside to protect it from the sun, but because the cold, it's gonna be cold no matter what. But yeah, local car club, Misfit Toys. What's up, fellas? All right, let's go for a drive. Yeah, it's so much quieter. Did it silence it completely? No, definitely not. Not in fourth gear, especially. It's rattling around, but that's okay. It is way better than it was. It looks fantastic. I think I had made definitely the right choice with the black Alcantara with the white stitching. That's good. All right, I told you, if you hung out until the end, my lights just shut off. If you hung out until the end, there'd be a little surprise. First of all, I have merch. You can get a shirt, male, female shirts, female cut shirts. I have stickers and keychains, all the merch. Actually, just shirts, keychains, and stickers for now. 2 kinds of stickers, but I'll definitely add some more stuff like hats and stuff later on. Just go to let me do this, bradscarmods.com. Go to the website, and we'll ship anywhere, you know, whatever. I got all my stuff from a local guy, Frank Devine. I'll put a link into his stuff too. Super nice guy, and also can knock this stuff out really quick. Anyway, it's been pretty cool working with him. The surprise is 2022 was kind of the first year that I decided to take the channel more seriously. That's why I have merch now, and also I kind of upped my editing. Hopefully that it shows that the videos are edited a little bit better now. I added the music in with a friend of mine. Previous videos that I've had on the channel have been, I think, pretty boring. I love autocross and I love going on track days and stuff, but recording 60 seconds of me in an autocross going through cones and stuff is kind of boring to watch, actually. I admit that. So the IRP shifter was kind of that point where I was like, I need to do better. So I'm gonna learn some stuff, and hopefully it showed that I improved a little bit. The analytics sure have shown that, which is awesome. So because of that, the surprise is if you go to the website to buy any of the stuff and you put in the code LAUNCH22 for the year 2022, get yourself 22% off. That's actually going to run through the end of January, just because it's toward the end of December. So it gives some extra time to do that and try to get some sales going. So LAUNCH22, just between me and you, that's the code. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I wanted to see some comments. Go and tell me, what do you think of the rattle of the IRP shifter? Is that something that's lovable? Is it super annoying you'd never put it in your car? I don't know. I like it, or I don't like it. I don't mind it at all. What do you think about the shift boot selection that I had? The Alcantara black with the white stitching. I think it looks great. That's just my opinion though. I want to know what you think. All right, now for the fun part. Let's do a flyover. That's always the fun part. Gotta see what it looks like, right? Cue the music.
Hey, hey, hey.
Thanks for watching. That guy's just gonna merge on in. Thanks, buddy. GoPro, start recording. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, start recording.